Hi, y'all. Welcome to SPTV Never Ends. Late night live chat. I got here as soon as I could. I'm still fumble bumming around trying to get things fixed. I am taking the last couple of puffs on my cigarette also, and I am still pronouncing my F's and my S's funny because of my missing front tooth. I'm so excited. I have an appointment on Monday at the dentist at 1:20 in the afternoon. Yep, that will be fun. I'm going to see if anybody trickles over here as usual. I think I'm going to start going on at a different time because I know Tori's usually on at this time, and I am no competition for her. She has like over 200 people in her live chat at this time usually. She's 3 hours earlier though, so it's like, what time is it here? It's 4:08, so 3, 2, it's 1:08 where she is. Oh my goodness. I will never get this to work right. But yes, to get watch hours, which I desperately need, I think I'm going to go on like an hour and a half before Cricket goes on every night, and I'm going to figure out something to do. I want to play some games. I want to have like two game nights, and I was thinking of having teams, you know, like some kind of trivia game that's funny, and we could get teams. Well, I think we would have a blast. We could get a lot of laughs doing that. There's two people here. Hi, y'all. I'm always, I always forget to look at that box that tells me how many people are on here, and so I'm like talking, and I think I'm talking to myself, but there's actually two people listening. It hits me so funny every time I do that. I don't know why. I guess because I'm thinking I'm talking to myself, and so I'm just like making things up that don't really even matter. I'm talking about nothing really. And the only reason I popped on tonight was because I thought a couple of people from Cricket's chat said that they would come over here. And like I said, I need the watch hours. I just checked on my watch hours. You have to have um, 3,000 watch hours and 500 subscribers to for the first level of monetization. I guess that you can start receiving um, super chats, and I'm not sure what else. I think, I don't know, maybe that's all. I don't even know. But I have 576 subscribers thanks to y'all. I appreciate you guys so much. I hit 500 last week, and then like the 76 happened pretty quick. And then I checked my watch hours, like I said, just right before this, and I have 1100, which is good because 2 days ago I only had, I want to say 900, but it wasn't even that much. I think it was like 7,800. And then next time I looked, I had like 900, which was yesterday, and today I have 1100. Hi, Susan. I'm rambling. Oh, goodness. Did you get your package? I'm assuming you did. Yeah, I found some little glass squirrels. Here, I can show y'all. Um, they're kind of cute. And so now I have like little yellow duckies, and I need to do my nails so bad. Like three of them popped off, so I'm embarrassed to show you the squirrels. But let's see. Um, can you see it? Kind of. Oops. Everything's backwards. Little brown squirrels. He's kind of cute. I'm not, he has his hands up like they do, when they're holding their food, but he's not holding a nut or anything. That's kind of funny. Yeah, it's so weird. Like only three come on a strand. They could at least like make four come on a strand, so I could make two pairs of earrings. And they only had three strands, so um, you did okay. Good, good. And I don't know if you read my email, but if you don't like that one necklace, give it to somebody because I don't know, that might not be your style, and I'm not offended at all. But yeah, if you don't like it, you can um, gift it to somebody that might. I'm thinking this week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, maybe Wednesday. I might shoot for Wednesday. I want to set up a table, and no, you already paid me. And the check actually cleared today or yesterday. Yeah. Yes. Um, but I'm gonna pull out some of my jewelry and because I want to show people what I make, and so I'll just pull some of it out and then just go down. I'll put it on, a big those big folding tables that people have. I'll just kind of arrange it on there, and then I think I'll have the stuff numbered. And then I was thinking, I could I could do a Word document with corresponding numbers and prices, and I could email people the Word document if they wanted to buy something. Does that sound like that would work? I think. Hi, Sophia. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm in my bedroom tonight. I guess y'all can tell. I'm all leaning over. I'm so tired and my legs are so swollen right now. I have them up. I'm going to have to do something about the swelling before the cruise because I'm not going to go the whole time with them like this because I would have to wear pants all the time to cover them up. I mean, my right calf is so big. It's embarrassing. I'm surprised my skin doesn't split open. I'm not kidding. It's so swollen. It's so weird. I don't know what it is. Oh, thank you, Susan. Yeah, I like a lot of my stuff too. And today I haven't been working with very much copper and silver lately, except for like when I make the ear wires or I make the clasps for some of the necklaces and bracelets. Those are sterling, but like actually soldering and pounding, hammering out metal and shaping it and sawing it, stuff like that. I did a little bit of that today, but it's so hard for me to stay away from the clay. I like to work with the clay. Hi, Janet. Welcome, welcome, Janet. Yeah, I have water pills. I don't know if you were here that night. I told the horror story about the water pills. I got water pills from the doctor about 3 weeks ago, and they're real tiny, And so I instead of taking just one, I took two, and I forgot they make you pee. I don't know why I forgot. Probably because it's been years since I've taken a water pill, but I took them right before I was laying down to go to sleep. And an hour later, I woke up, and by the time I got myself it's hard for me to get myself sitting up, and then by the time I scoot to the edge of the bed and then make it to the wheelchair and then make it to the bathroom, well, it was a mess. I had to change my sheets. I had to jump in the shower and rinse off, change my, pajamas, and oh, it was just a mess. So water pills I have to be very careful with. And the thing is, they didn't even take swelling down that much. Not like I thought they would. I remember when I used to take them, it seems like they worked really well. So I'm wondering why they didn't work very good this time. They're not pink, they're white. They're real tiny and white. I don't even know where they went. I have them somewhere, but yeah, they're not pink. Yeah, they're the generic for Lasix, I guess. I don't know how now. This is what I don't understand about medication. How can something so small affect you so much? You know? With your swollen legs, have you tried compression socks? Yes, I have. I have a lot of those, and I usually wear them. Not always. Sometimes if I'm in a hurry, I just throw some on to, because my dog wants to go out. And then once I get them on, I usually don't change them. Like tonight, I don't have compression socks on. I should have because I had to go out um, to the grocery store earlier. That's when I went and found the squirrels because Michael's is right next door to our grocery store. So, yeah, I forgot. I really honestly forgot that water pills make you pee a lot. And they tell you you're supposed to drink a lot of water when you take them too. Hi Daniel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by like you said. Um yeah, I guess Maya told me why to flush you out, I guess your kidneys or something. I don't know. I don't know. And then I haven't been able to wear sandals for a long time because my toenails just, since I don't have a lot of circulation in my feet, my toenails are real thin and they break off real easy. So, and I have small nail beds on my toes and fingers anyway. So, like my toenails are so small, so they don't look good in sandals. And I was thinking of going to a podiatrist before the cruise, see if he could help me do something to get my feet back in shape so I can wear sandals again. I hate not being able to wear a lot of the stuff that I used to be able to wear. Like, I won't show my legs anymore. Up until a year and a half ago, I could still wear, little summer dresses. Not the real short ones or anything, but down to right above my knee maybe, and I would show part of my legs, but I won't do that now. They've just gotten so bad in the swelling. It's embarrassing. But I hate having to wear pants all the time too. I don't even wear shorts around the house. But oh goodness, sorry. Oh, I'm yawning already. I didn't sleep very good last night at all. I tossed and turned because my legs were hurting. They kept waking me up. It's like my right leg would the swollen one would keep falling asleep almost. I mean, I would wake up. I have neuropathy, so I have pins and needles all the time anyway, but it was like extra bad last night. But and I slept so good the night before. I hate it when that happens. Oh my goodness. You say, go for the real short ones. I'm too old for that. I am not a spring chicken anymore. That's for sure. For sure. But I mean, I can't even imagine being 61. That used to sound so old to me. It's like that's I remember when my grandmother was 50 and I thought, gosh, when I'm that old, you know, well, I was telling myself, when I get that old, I have to remind myself not to wear short sleeve shirts because I don't want that flab on my arms showing. And my grandmother was overweight, and I used to think, gosh, that's so old, 50, and I'm going to be a grandma with gray hair and overweight and have saggy arms. And of course, none of that happened yet, but um, could go for a maxi dress. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I have a couple of those. But I'm so tired. They're just like I've had them too long. But I got um one new outfit for the cruise and a new long sleeve t-shirt and I have a couple of Calvin Klein. I have well, one Calvin Klein dress that I haven't worn and then I forget what the other dress is. One of those people that I'm going to bring because I might wear one to the prom. I don't know yet. I have to go to thrift store shopping and look. I would like to find something like, um, I'm trying to think of what era, like maybe something from the 70s, like hippie prom. uh, I like those big flowers and the ugly yellow and green colors that they had that they used a lot. Like they remember when our cat kitchen cabinets and our shag carpet used to be those ugly, ugly colors in the 1970s. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I like that so well. I like last 2 years. I haven't done it in 5 years, but I was dressing up for Halloween and I dressed up as a hippie 2 years in a row because I liked the outfit that I had. Yep. I mean, even the pants I have on right now kind of remind me of the 70s. Here, they're brown flowers and they're bell bottoms. I grabbed these from Walmart the other day because I thought they were kind of cute. But yeah, do y'all know what you're going to wear for? Yeah, flower power, exactly. You have to go to sleep, Janet. Okay, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Get some sweet dreams and sleep with angels and all that good stuff. Yeah, also known as flower power. Um, After when I left my ex-husband back in the early 90s. Of course, we had like a truck that was about a year old, and of course, he kept that, and I got nothing. But so I moved into one of our girl uh, friends that was a girl. She was both of our friends. I moved in. She was staying at her boyfriend's house a lot, so she let me move into her house because she was hardly ever there. And I didn't have a car though. And so one of her, I think it was one of her friends, I was trying to remember, but um, I think one of her friends had this old Toyota Corolla, and it was that ugly brown color that Toyota used to have. I'm trying to remember what year it was. It was an old one. It was like I want to say like what was that? Something just fell. I think something just fell. What in the heck? That was so weird. Oh, my earring. I thought it was a bug. My earring went down my shirt. That scared me so bad. Oh, I would have died if it was a bug. But my earring fell out because of these headphones. I thought at first it was this black foam on this microphone, but my earring, thank God. But anyway, the hi Mark, welcome. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore anybody. Oh, thank you, Daniel. That really makes me feel good because I feel so wrinkly. It's from smoking. I know that's what it's from. You know, I wouldn't have near as many wrinkles. But when I get my teeth fixed, that's going to help fill out my face too. So maybe some of those wrinkles will go away. um, my first dentist appointment is on Monday at 1:20 in the afternoon. I can't wait. But so yeah, this it was an old brown Toyota, and it had been sitting in their backyard for, he said, like a year, and no one ever drove it. And so he sold it to me for $100. And I thought I hit pay dirt. I was so happy. I love that little car. It was brown, and I put, listen to this, I'm so retarded. I loved pink, and so I went and got pink hubcaps for it. Brown and pink together are so ugly, I think. But I had a old brown Toyota with pink hubcaps. But I love that car. Hi, Maya. Welcome. So glad you're here. Um, yeah, pink hubcaps. And I think there was something else. Oh, I had a neon um license plate holder for for the license plate, I had a pink neon license plate frame. It was so funny. I'm sure I had pink all on the inside too. I don't quite remember. I'm trying to remember what happened to that car. I think I had to, oh, I remember what happened to it. So this is what happened to it. So, okay, I left my ex-husband, and he would not give me anything. Like, I think I got my clothes. I had two rabbits that lived inside, and, or was it two? Two or, yeah, two. And they used a litter box, so I got away with my rabbits, and I imagine my clothes. And that's all. He didn't even give me $20. And he was selling cocaine then, and we had that underground grow room, so he had a lot of pot, and so I decided, well, I put in 13 years you know, of my time and I deserve something too. And so I called him and had him take me to the grocery store one night. I think it was like around midnight. And I had met these two younger guys. Okay, this is when I left my ex-husband because he's 25 years older than me. Um, I was 17 when I met him, and he was 42, something like that. And so why did I say that? I have a point to this. Oh, so when I left, I made a promise to myself that I was never ever going to be with a man that would could tell me what to do. I was not going to let a man ever tell me what to do again because our relationship was now that like I look back, to me it was sick. It really was. It was more like a father-daughter thing. I didn't have my dad growing up, so I guess that, a lot of times they say that girls will look for a father figure. I believe that now. I didn't believe it at the time, but so I had met these two younger guys. Um, Now I was 30, 30 or 31 when, or maybe 30, no, I want to say 31 when I left. And so I was going out to nightclubs, and we had this one place in club in Las Vegas that where live bands from around the country, would come and play. I mean, they got some pretty big names every once in a while, but I had met this group of young guys from Missouri that were playing there for a week, and so then I let them come over and party at my house, after they got finished at night, and I ended up starting to date a guy 10 years younger than me. So I decided to teach Richard a lesson, and I decided to take my part of the whatever money there was, and so I got Richard to take me to the grocery store, and while we were there, Richard had a little, just a little, it was a little safe. It was probably about, I want to say, a foot and a half tall by maybe 10 inches deep. I don't know. It was a small safe, but um, so I told him how to get how to get in there and where the safe was. Now, we had sold our house and bought a truck and a fifth wheel, and we had traveled around the country. Um, of course, this is right before I left, and traveled around the country, and we would stop at places that we liked and stay until we got tired of it. Then we'd move, to the next place. And we did that for a little over a year, and it was a lot of fun. But we ended up right back in Las Vegas. So we still had the fifth wheel. So I told them how to get into it, where I said, um, and they took a crowbar. They were just gonna, crack open the safe or whatever. Or no, I think they were supposed to just grab the whole safe and bring it because it was small. Well, little did I know, he had had it welded to the frame of the fifth wheel. So, and this was like at midnight, 1 in the morning, and we were staying at one of the hotels, a lot of the hotels in Las Vegas. I don't know if they still have them, but they used to have, um, what do you call it? Where people would pull in their motor homes and fifth wheels and stuff. I can't think of what they're called. Not campgrounds, but sorry. But anyway, so we were staying in one of those like, I can't think of the name. like the KOAs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Hi, Tiggs. Welcome. Sorry if I'm ignoring you. And hi, Purple Groovy. Welcome to you too. I get busy telling my story and I forget to look in my chat. I'm not a very good hostess. Sorry. Um, yeah, like the KOA campgrounds. You know what I'm talking about? But like the a lot of the hotels in Las Vegas used to have on their property, they would have places where, people could hook up their trailers and motorhomes and stuff like that. But anyway, so let me take a sip of water real quick. Sorry. So we're at the now mind you, this is before cell phones, okay? This was in the early 90s. And all we had were those darn beepers. Oh gosh. And so I'm sure we had a code worked out to where when they were finished, they were going to beat me. And then I knew it was safe for us to leave the grocery store and he would drop me off and then he would go back to the fifth wheel and find out that the safe was missing and then I didn't know what was going to happen. Like I thought he would maybe come over there and like break the door down to get to me to get to the safe. Anyway, so we're in this grocery store and um it's taken forever and I never get a beep. And they have beepers, so um I forget what happened, but anyway, I had to stall and stall and stall and stall. And Richard was starting to like, he's like, "What are you doing? What? You don't even need that much stuff." I had a short list. I didn't think we were going to have to be there that long. But anyway, these guys had the hardest time breaking that welded safe from the frame of the fifth wheel, and it left a big hole in the floor. And I didn't feel bad though. But anyway, so finally we get the I get him to drop me off, and they show up a few minutes later, and they have this safe. You guys, it took us like 4 days to break it open. It took forever to get in that sucker. It was a nightmare. I don't even remember how we finally got into it. And it was just a little thing. I couldn't believe it. But I scored pretty big. I didn't get a lot of cash, but I got a lot of the other stuff and which helped get me out of Nevada. I moved to Missouri probably about a week after that. Yeah, but I don't even remember why I started to tell that story, but uh it's kind of that's one of my that's another story I have to put in my book, but and so listen, Richard and I got in this hi Red, welcome. So Richard and I got in this huge fight today, you guys, and I even was smart enough to remember to record it after about probably 20 or 30 minutes. I pushed record and I'm going to let y'all listen to it sometime. You will die. You will really die. Anyway, we got in the biggest fight because he remembers things so different than I do. I mean, most things. There's a few things we remember the same, but not very much. Now, mind you, he's 87 and I'm 61. And there's just no way that my memory is worse than his. I mean, I guess it would be possible, but I mean, just going by like everyday things and how he remembers things and how I remember things, there's a big difference. But he thinks he has a better memory from a long time ago, which how that would work out, I don't know. 'Cause that doesn't make sense to me. But so we get in a fight because he said that okay, when I met him, I had been out I had just graduated high school like in May. This was May 1980 and you only had to be 18 to drink back then. And this was in Houston, Texas. And I had started to go clubbing right before, like a couple of months before I graduated, and so this girl that a friend of mine, we had been out partying that night, and I didn't drink very much, but I sure was doing a lot of coke. And we weren't ready to go home yet, the bars closed at 2. So she's like, hey, I know where we can go. I have a friend, Richard, and he's a coke dealer. And so I'm like, okay. So we go over to his house. All the lights are off. And so she goes and knocks, and he didn't answer the door. So she goes and knocks on his bedroom window. Well, he answers it. Now he has a girl in bed with him. They were sleeping, but he told me tonight, he said, when I opened that door and saw you, I fell in love with you the minute I saw you. Well, I was real young, real pretty, had a real good body. No wonder a 42-year-old man would fall in love with a 17, almost 18-year-old. Duh. So, anyway, so he, supplied the party materials, and we just set up and talked till daylight, of course. And then it's like I never left his house after that. And a few months later, I go over there and I was registered for college, uh, like before I met him. So my college was like 3 hours away. I would drive back and forth. It was crazy. And I ended up not even finishing the whole semester because I skipped so many classes. But so one day I get there and he's like, packing his stuff up. Where are you going? He said, I'm moving to California. I'm like, I want to go. He said, you want to move away from your mom and your family and everything? I'm like, yes, get me out of here. I, thought I was really in love with him. So he let me go with him. So we head out and we moved to Cambria, California, which is Central California by Morro Bay. And we move in with a friend of his who was a stained glass artist. And this tooth missing just bugs me so bad still. Anyway, so we ended up staying a few months at his friend's house, and his friend had a girl. I mean, yeah, his friend had a girlfriend. And the girlfriend um, had a little sister, and she was a couple of years older than me. She was a college girl, but she was there visiting. Wow, and Richard was famous for doing this all throughout our 13 years together. He would always have girlfriends, always. And it used to break my heart. And he would, so one night I go out with his friend's daughter who is my age, and we go, I forget, I think we go to a bar, but I mean, we get back around midnight, and Richard and this girl aren't there. And I start freaking out. I'm like, where are they? Oh, they went down to the beach for something to go on a walk, and I'm like, oh my God. Anyway, so of course that's a big blow up, and he sends me back to Houston on an airplane so he can screw this girl for as long as he wants, and then of course he'll accept me back and I'll go running back, and this happened several times throughout our relationship. It was so unhealthy, so horrible, but um, 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 see, I always forget my train of thought and why I start to tell these weird stories. I have a reason when I start, and then I forget. Oh my gosh. Oh, because we got in a fight this afternoon. So, okay, so when he gets me back from Houston, like a month or two later, he's ready to move away out from his friend's house, and we decide to move to Las Vegas because Richard has one of his best friends from high school was living there. And so we went and found an apartment only about 2 blocks from the strip. It was the best little apartment. I loved that. But we moved in there, and I wasn't even 21 then. I wasn't even supposed to be in the casinos. And I wasn't really a gambler, but we liked to go to the late night buffets because they were so cheap and so good. My zodiac sign, I am a Virgo. I am a earth sign. Yeah. Um um what was I saying? Oh, but look, I have a stain on my shirt. I just saw it. I forgot I dropped something on my shirt. I'm embarrassed. But anyway, so this morning he we were talking about something and he's like, "Yeah, when I left to move to Las Vegas, do you remember asking if you could go with me?" I said, "Well, of course I do." I said, "But we moved to California." And it was downhill from there, you guys. And it took me all of my 2 seconds that I told y'all. It takes me 2 seconds for me to like explode. And it took 2 seconds. And I was screaming. I was off because he wanted to sit there and try to explain to me. And he has a habit of repeating himself. Like he'll be telling me how something happened and he will repeat himself several times. And I can't stand that. But he was trying to make like everything fit into his timeline, but it was so ridiculous, you guys. And I kept pointing out things. Hi, Smoke, welcome. Um, I kept like reminding him of different things that would prove my point. That we did move to California first, but he never would give in, and neither would I. And he told me, now he hasn't threatened this in a long time. He said, if you don't let me talk and if you don't back down right now, because I'm screaming, get out, get away from me. I don't want to argue. I'm like, this is going to go nowhere. We're going to end up arguing because I'm not going to see it your way and you're not going to see it my way. So let's separate for a few minutes. And he just wouldn't do it. And he was standing behind me, he had his finger like that close to my face. And then he started freaking spitting on me when he was talking. I was so pissed. Did I sustain head trauma from the bicycle accident? Yes, I did. Right here, I went over the handlebars and landed on my front forehead. Right here, had a TBI, and it jarred my neck. And yeah, it has affected my memory a little bit, but my memory is still better than his. It might not be in 5 years from now, but yeah. Um, the past couple of years, I have been able to tell little things, Daniel, that like I don't remember, like just I can tell a difference starting to happen in my memory. It's not real bad and it like doesn't affect me a lot. There's never anything negative that happens because of it yet. um, if you say something often enough, people tend to believe it more likely over time. It's an abuse technique. Yeah. Yeah, he starts to believe it. That's for sure. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, I'm telling you, I didn't break my neck. I just jarred it and ended up with it's called a Sprynx, Syrnx, and it's a sac of fluid that sits right on your cord. And um, usually kids have it. It's something kids are born with, but the adults that usually have it, they get it from an accident. So, hi, Ann Hummingbird. Welcome. Thanks for coming. um, yeah, but you would think they'd be able to like stick a needle in there and just drain it or something, but I could never find any neurologist or any doctor that would go near it because they said that it's sitting right on my cord and like I would be completely paralyzed if there was the tiniest error, you know. So no one wanted to be responsible for me not being able to move my legs at all because I have a little movement. Yeah, and they didn't want to paralyze me totally. So, but this is the good news. Now, it has been, gosh, probably at least 15 years since I've been to a neurologist. And I went to my primary care doctor a few weeks ago, and she gave me a referral to a neurologist. So I'm going to go, and who knows? Maybe there's something that they've come up with, in the last 15 years. They sure have made great strides in a lot of new medical, you know, things. So you never know. It would be wonderful if they could help with the burning and pins and needles. I don't have much hope for that, but you never know. Your e-bike goes 32 miles an hour. You didn't skimp on the helmet. You have an electric bike? Wow. Yeah, I wasn't wearing a helmet, of course. Mine was one of those old Schwinn Pee Wee Herman bikes. Oh, I loved it. It had all the original parts, like original seat, the original bell, and it had saddlebag baskets in the back, you know. It was the coolest bike. And I wasn't wearing a helmet, which was dumb, but I don't know if that would have helped that much anyway because I like went over, flipped over the handlebars, and even if I would have had a helmet on, where I hit on my forehead, it would have jarred my neck back anyway. So, but it sure could have helped with the brain injury, I guess. Hi, Leanie. Leanie, Leanie G again. Lenny G, right? Terrible about these names. From the UK. It's 10 a.m. there. Good morning, good morning. It is morning here, but it's still dark out, so I always say until I go to sleep and then wake up the next day, it's still like Friday, even though it's really Saturday officially. um, so yeah, so this argument, and he said, "Oh, so he's like, if you don't come in here and us talk it out, I'm taking you out of the will this time, and this time I'm going to do it. I've never done it before. I always say I'm going to do it and never have. This time is for real. And you won't have a place to, he didn't say he's going to kick me out, but he said I wouldn't have a place to live or something like that. Anyway, yeah, he threatened to kick me out and to take me out of the will, and I'm like, that's your choice. I can't change that. I said, what I'm not going to do is let you sit here and make demands on me like you used to when I was 17 and 18 years old, and you used to make me go sit on the couch and you would lecture me like you were my father for 2 or 3 hours and I couldn't move. I had to sit there and listen to you. I said, I'm not going to do that anymore. And he's like, you remember everything being so bad. I said, I do remember the bad stuff. He said, I said, you don't because the bad stuff didn't happen to you. The bad stuff was happening to me. So why would you remember it? Usually the person who's receiving the bad treatment is the one that remembers it so well. I mean, that's just common sense, you know? But so anyway, so I recorded this, so screaming back and forth. Finally, and the only reason I gave in, I'm trying to remember why I gave in. Maybe to be nice. I don't remember. Um, oh, because I wanted him, he was like right here standing right behind me, and this had been like, seems like an hour, and I just wanted him to leave me alone. I said, okay, let's de-escalate for a few minutes. Go make a cup of coffee, and I'll come out there. But I said, I need to de-escalate first. So about 10 minutes later, I roll out to the living room and we start talking, and it goes okay for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then the same old shit. I mean, it always ends the same way. He's like, it always ends with you telling me to get away from you and leave you alone. I'm like, when we start arguing and I get tired of yelling and fighting, I do. I tell you to leave me alone. And I said, who wouldn't do that? you know? He said, well, that's not going to be like that anymore. I know you don't like me. And anyway, I tried to tell him how I don't know if y'all what anybody saw um Natalie's show this morning, but towards the end she was talking a lot about how we need to give space to listen to people, and if they need to tell what happened to them and the trauma they experienced, that we need to give space to people, to be able to do that, because it helps them, it's healing. And if I can make him listen to her little speech, I think it might go a long way to help him understand my dilemma, because she like spelled it out so well. Now, this is the thing. Richard doesn't believe in therapists, and he doesn't believe in that people can be addicts, please, or alcoholics. He thinks, you just stop. You just don't do it. Whatever. He's such a retard, you know. Um, yeah, so I don't think I'd be able to get him to listen to what Natalie was saying. I mean, I might. I think I might ask him to listen to it because when I say the stuff that she was saying, he doesn't listen. He thinks it's just a bunch of, um, like, he reminds me almost of the way the Scientologists think about psychiatry and stuff because he doesn't believe in therapists. He has never said he doesn't believe in psychiatrists, but if you don't believe in therapists or therapy, he said, I'm my own therapist. I've always been my own therapist. I wanted to say, yeah, look how far it's gotten you. You had 4 wives, count them, 4. You weren't giving yourself very good therapy, but Who's leaving? Mark. Okay, Mark, thanks so much for stopping by. Appreciate you. Have I been missing a lot of stuff in the chat? I don't feel like I have been because every time I like look over, it's not moving. But if I'm missing stuff, I don't want to make y'all feel like I'm not paying any attention to you guys because I appreciate you so much for being here. Um, so I'm just gonna scan it real quick and see if. Thank you. I don't chat much. Yeah, Tiggs, you don't, huh? I saw that you left a comment on one of my, I think on one of my shorts or something. Yeah, I appreciate that. I recognized your name from last night. There's Mar. Good night. I'm loving the story, Artsy, but my nightmares have Mia here from falling asleep. Love you all. Well, if you're still here, Mark, if you're still here, Mark, sleep with angels and get some good rest. And we will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow. Um, too close to Saint Hill for comfort. Is Saint Hill where they have the Scientology? What, is it an org there? I'm assuming that's what it is. Um, Saint Hill was where they had that big like when was it, Red? Remember when they had like their, it wasn't a Christmas party, I don't think, but when they protested over there so much, it was at St. Hill, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but North Essex, I have no clue. I've never been to the UK, and I probably will never go. Um, Not that I wouldn't want to, but really, I don't know. I love to travel, but I like to go like to the islands, beaches and stuff like that. Um, you missed it almost all. What? And you missed the chat? What time is it? I've been here an hour already. That's because when I start talking and telling my stories, I just rattle on and on and on. I don't know how y'all can stand it sometimes. Class 5, the castle. Aha. Now, do they have a lot of protesters there? Like, or is it like a handful? And do they go every day there? I know Alex does a lot. Or like, I don't really watch watch him, but I see like him his his channel will pop up now and then, and it seems like he's always doing something with those people. We've got quite a few branches around here, not many good though. Ah, Daniel, are you in the UK too? You must be. Oh, no, wait. You've got quite a few beaches around here. Where are you, Daniel? I know this. I feel like I've been told before, but I can't remember. Denmark. You and Maya are both in, no, she's in Norway. Ah, sorry. I don't know. Denmark, Norway, when you've never like been there and you're bad about geography, I kind of just in my mind have them like Switzerland, um, um, Denmark, Norway. I think just those three, like all like somewhere um in the cold where y'all have snow in the winter and like these small countries somewhere in Europe. I have no clue where. My geography is so bad. I didn't even know that Germany had like that the country had a that it touched the ocean, that it had, what's it called? Coastline. I didn't know Germany had a coastline. I learned that last week. Not daily, but big events. Apostate Alex is awesome for forlornly protest the issues we're having with the local council, etc. Yeah, yeah, I see that he deals with a lot of the government people. Like, I don't know what y'all call them over there. Like, I guess they're kind of like our governors or our state local governments. That's what I'm thinking. It's Scandinavia, nonetheless. Yes, Red, I need a globe too, and they make some pretty globes. They do. I like the ones that light up. So you're good. Um, sorry, not for lonely. Wrong corrective text. Oh, okay. The cock rocket got you. That's what Cricket would say. The autocorrect. Maya, Maya. You want a globe too? Yeah, they make such pretty ones. Um, yeah, I you have a vacation home on Earth. I'm glad it's on Earth. Jeez, that's good to know. You crack me up sometimes. What you come up with. Um, talking about globes. So I went back to college at around 50. I got a 2-year degree or associate's degree, and then I decided to go back at 50 and um, start working on a bachelor's degree. And so I took a humanities class, and we had to. One of our projects was um, to like draw or make a collage of stuff that was in our world, like what we liked and stuff like that. And so I went to the thrift store and found a little one of those little globes, and I painted it, and it came with a little stand. And I painted the stand in real cute pastel colors, and then I started getting clip art and looking through magazines, and even I got real photographs of, or one photograph of my son and I together, and he was only about, he was young back then. Anyway, or maybe he wasn't that young, but I got an older picture of us from when he was like 4 or 5 or something. Anyway, I started gluing all of the clip art and photos and magazine pictures onto this globe, and I did it real neatly and everything, and it turned out so cool. And I went and got some of the little stickers, letters, from the craft store, so I wouldn't have to paint them. They would come. It would be real neat. The writing would. So I'm like, this is my world, and it's spin and everything. It was so cute. And like no one said much about it. And all of their projects were these collages, just two-dimensional, on like half of a poster board. And I was so like disappointed that people didn't think I had a really good idea. No one else did anything near like it. I mean, I got a good grade, but I would have thought people would have been more like surprised or something. Anyway, my little feelings hurt sometimes. I always try to think outside the box for stuff like that, but I'm not always as imaginative as I wish I was. Now this McAfee trial computer identity trial stuff. Oops. Uh-oh. Sorry. I thought I I didn't mean to click on it. I did that by accident. You're young in flesh, ancient in spirit, you might say. Ah, how young are you, Daniel? Tiggs, Daniel says, likewise. Wait, I'm missing something. Oh, is Tiggs leaving? Gotta go. Okay. I didn't say goodbye either. I always miss. If y'all leave without me saying goodbye, please know it's not on purpose. Y'all see how I am. I don't pay that much attention to the chat for some reason. Well, like if it's not moving, like out of the corner of my eye, if I don't see it moving, I'm thinking that not much is going on over there. So I just kind of get lost in my talking and lost in my stories. But yeah, he'll be 36 in May. Um, it's almost May. Let's see. Uh, I think the first is on Wednesday. I always know when the first is because um, I use online banking. I use Chime, and they always give me my check early. And I mean, they give it to me. Well, usually normally um, I would my check is dispensed on the third of the month. Well, they must have lost that notice because they always give it to me, on the first. And a lot of times, if the first falls on a Saturday or Sunday, then I mean I get it on the 30th or 31st even. So Chime always gives it to me early. My dog has the hiccups or he's dreaming. Poor little guy. I took a Uber up to the shopping center tonight, and of course he went with me, and I let him run up and down the sidewalk, and he had the best time. I knew he'd be tired tonight. I don't know what he's dreaming about, but his feet are moving, and it sounds like he has the hiccups. Oh, cute, 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 cute. So 36, that is young. Daniel, are you going on the cruise? I forget. I forget. I know there's not very many men going on it, which is no big deal to me. I could really, I mean, I'd like to have y'all from this community on the boat. There's going to be plenty of us women, but luckily, I don't know how many people a ship like that holds. I'm assuming a lot. So it's not like there's going to be any kind of shortage of men or women on that boat. But I'm not there necessarily to find a date, but you never know. You never know. I could meet someone at the slot machine or something. Who knows? They might want me to go to dinner with them, and I probably would. I don't want to date though. I really don't. And I never want to like get in a girlfriend boyfriend relationship. Mm-mm, I really don't. But I would go out to dinner. Oh, yeah. When we meet in Florida, we're leaving on a Saturday, the 21st, September 21st, and so we're supposed to get there on Friday, and Friday is my birthday. So, and then Cricket's birthday is hers is 2 days before that, and then I can't remember if it's Kara McAllister. I think it's I think it's Kara, or maybe Susan. Um, their birthday is on the the day we get back, the 29th. It seems like someone else had a birthday on the 24th. I don't know. There's a lot of September birthdays in in Cricket's chat. Unfortunately, not. Maybe next time. Yeah, maybe that would be good. It's for y'all to come, like, to have to get over here. It would be so expensive for y'all to try to go on that cruise. I just can't imagine having to get, plane tickets here and then the cruise itself and then hotel a day before. And so I'm thinking, like, when we get back on a Sunday, I imagine we'll be kicked off the boat as soon as we get to port, and they have to have time to clean it. So I'm thinking they're going to kick us off by 10 or 11 probably. And I don't know if I have to find out if people are going to be staying that night in Miami again or if everybody's going to be leaving to go home, from the ship, which really it shouldn't matter to me, but I don't want to be, if no one else is staying an extra night, I don't want to necessarily stay by myself, in Miami. I never cared for Miami that much anyway. I spent time in Fort Lauderdale. One of my boyfriends, after I left him, he, him and his brother owned a company that, and this was in California, that they would put together um, like trade shows for big companies, like for, it wasn't Apple, but Microsoft, I think, was one of their clients. Anyway, they would have people and working for them all around the United States where they would set up for these trade shows. They had to put curtains around the tables that were on the stage and they set up the microphones and all that jazz. And so trying to remember why I started telling y'all this. Ah, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Y'all must laugh at me because I do this all the time. Oh my God. Uh, oh, Fort Lauderdale. So, him and his brother, they would travel a lot of the year, and so he would give me a list of the cities that he was going to be going to. Like they did it, I think, like every 3 months. I would get a new list, and it would list where he was going to be when, and all I had to do was pick out which trips I wanted to um, go on with him. And that was so good. And of course, they flew first class. It was wonderful. And sometimes he would have to go like a day before me. This is when I had my legs still too, so I was really hopping around the United States. It was so much fun. But he would be like working all day, and so I would go out by myself. My favorite city was Boston. I had the best time there. I was by myself, but I got to go to all those art museums and I saw some of the most amazing paintings. And I would go to zoos by myself. Um, I had fun in Portland, Oregon one time. We were staying at the same hotel that the little people were in town. The little people. We used to call them midgets. I guess that's not proper anymore, but we were staying at the same hotel, and I used to drink a lot, and so I would spend time in the hotel bars, and I met one of the little. people. She was so nice and so funny. But yeah, so one of his cities was Fort Lauderdale. And of course, we flew into Miami. No, did we? I don't remember. One of the times we flew into Miami because I remember we went to South Beach before we ended up going over to Fort Lauderdale, and we went there at night. And my brother was living. One of my brothers, half brothers, was living in South Beach at the time, and he took us to a couple of the really cool um, night spots. They were beautiful, just beautiful. The lighting and the ocean, and it was so South Beach was so pretty at night. But we didn't stay there during the day, and when he was working during the day, I would he would always have a rental car, so I used the rental car while he was working. And of course, I went shopping a lot, but or I went to a bar. And so in Fort Lauderdale, there's a bar right across from the water, and it's like the I had it in my head what it was. It was like the first or the oldest bar on the east coast of Florida, something like that. It had some claim to fame. Oh my gosh, you guys, do I dare tell what I did? One time, I would get rowdy and I never got real like falling over drunk, but I would be having a good old time, a blast. And and like right before I met this guy and started dating him, not right before, a couple of years before, like right after I left Richard, moved to Missouri with the young guy, um, I got a job cocktail waitressing at the only, well, it wasn't the only, it was the nicest topless bar at Osage Beach at Lake Ozark in Missouri. And eventually, of course, I got on stage because none of the girls showed up, and the golfers were there, and they had a lot of money sitting out, and so I did like 3 shots, and I got on stage for one song. I don't remember how much I made, but I made a lot, a lot more than I would have made waitressing. So anyway, so I only did that for about a year, and then I moved to. I had a house fire in Missouri, and I was in Missouri for 5 years, but I had a house fire at the end. And so I moved to California because that's where my sister was living in Northern California. And so I moved in with her. I met this guy that used to like, fly me around the country. And I was in Fort Lauderdale at that old bar and getting kind of rowdy. And I made a bet with somebody that I would take all my clothes off and go swimming in the ocean. I would skinny dip. They're like, but that's against the law. I'm like, how can that be against the law? They said, it's against the law. You can't do that. I said, you want to bet? And someone bet me like $50 or something. And of course, I did it. Yep, it was in the afternoon. It was still light out. I didn't see any kids around, though. I did make sure of that. But anyway, yeah, I went skinny dipping in the Atlantic Ocean and made $50. And I think my boyfriend probably got mad at me. He might not have. I don't know. I don't remember. But yep, that was a short story. And anyway, um, Anne Hummingbird left. What was your favorite liquor to drink back? Um, I was a shot person because if I'm drinking, I want to feel the effects. I don't want to just like sip on a drink, I want to feel feel it. So I would do shots, and I went through different stages. For a while, I was doing shots of Goldschlagers. Y'all know what Goldschlager is? That real sweet, syrupy cinnamon stuff. Ugh. And then I started drinking shots of Crown Royal. I did that for a long time, and then I started drinking dirty martinis. And I never liked any drinks mixed with Coke. Um, I would have a vodka drink now and then, but mainly shots like Crown or Goldschlager, something like. Um, what's the other one? Jägermeister. Oh my gosh, Jägermeister. I'll have to tell y'all my New Orleans story sometime. It's too long to tell tonight, though. Me in New Orleans, Mardi Gras, Jaeger. One time, it was the time that Richard sent me back. He sent me away from California because he wanted to be with that girl. My sister was living in New Orleans, so I went to her house, and yeah, I ended up hooking up because he was hooking up in California. So anyway, um, you live in St. Louis. Oh, so you know where the lake is. You know where Osage Beach is then. Purple Groovy. Yeah, I was in St. Louis a lot. I liked Kansas City a lot too. But yeah, Lake Ozark, Osage Beach is like right in the middle of St. Louis and Kansas City. You don't mind a little skinny dipping. Yeah, that was when my legs worked. It's too hard for me to walk in the sand now. Um, but a lot of beaches I hear have the like the four wheelers with the big tires that you can use if you're handicapped. What lives have you watched? Oh, um, oh, hi. I didn't even see you here. You silly Did you just get here, Dre? That's my friend Dre, you guys. The one that did the live with me about May the Force be with you about narcissism abuse last week. I didn't even, I hope you haven't been there long. It says 5:26. Oh, 2 minutes. Okay. Um, let's see. My new favorite lately is Nora. Um, I just love to watch her. um, like I change favorites, I think every few weeks maybe. But yeah, I caught Nora's and da, da. I don't think I watched any more live. No, I think everything else was on replay that I watched. But there was a few hours that I had my phones and computer turned off and I was just working in my studio because sometimes I just have to turn off all the noise. You know what I mean? I don't do it very often, but I did a little bit today. Have you seen any good ones, Dre? Do you have a name for booze in the coffee? Well, we put all different kinds of booze in our coffee. I mean, like people drink um it's y'all's drink. It's Irish coffee. And that's Norway. Wait. In the UK, the okay, Ireland, sorry. Ireland, UK, I know they're different, but they're kind of the same. People talk the same kind of. Anyway, but let's see. In our coffee drinks, I don't know. I think Bailey's is so yummy. Bailey's and coffee is so good. Um, you mean vodka in your coffee? I don't think we have a drink like that here. That doesn't sound very good. Does anybody else have anything to say about smoke? Have you ever heard of putting vodka in coffee? Do you put vodka in coffee, Maya? Well, I'll just carry you to the water then. Okay, yeah, I would have to be carried, that's for sure. If you could like, carry me to the sand and sit me down, and then I wouldn't move. I'd be right where you left me, which is a good thing because then, like, I don't get lost or anything. Um, Fluffer, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you read my. Hi, Kimberly. Yeah, Bailey's and coffee is so good. Um, I can't imagine putting vodka in coffee though. It seems like I did do that one time. I think I was nursing a hangover one time, and I had just moved from Missouri to California. I was staying with my sister, and I had a hangover, and all that she had was some vodka, and I think I dumped some in my coffee, and I remember it not tasting good at all. But I can't imagine that being like a regular part of your coffee drink. It just sounds so bad to me for some reason. Yeah. Um, Irish coffee has Bailey. Yeah. Um, it has some kind of whiskey too, doesn't it? Jameson or something like that. For swollen limbs, wheatgrass juice shots at the Jamba Juice or health food places. It's a detox but healthy, not like diuretics. Were you listening to me talking about how swollen I was, Dre, all the way from the beginning? You've been here a long time, and you just came into the chat just now. Silly girl. Oh, yeah. Fluffer, did you get my apology? I felt horrible when I realized I had the wrong phone right by my, like in the wheelchair with me, right by my side all day long and waiting for you to call. And then I realized it was the wrong phone. And I didn't realize that till it was already dark outside. And I knew you were probably asleep. But anyway, I will call you after this. I'll make sure no one's live streaming before I call. You guys, Fluffer Squirrel is going to tell her story hopefully tomorrow. I have it planned at 6 o'clock UK time. And so that's an hour later in Norway, 5 hours earlier Eastern time. So 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time for the United States people. Yeah, I will. You have my duties from. Okay, I'll give you a call. Like within the hour. Is that? Do you think that'd be good, Fluffer? Within the hour, because I'm after this. I'm gonna go off pretty quick. It's I've been on here in almost an hour and a half. Like in 3 minutes, it'll be an hour and a half, and I have to go to the bathroom really bad. And um, so I'm gonna go to the restroom, get something to drink, and have a cigarette. I'll come back to my room and call you. And if you don't hear from me or something, give me a ring. Like, I don't know. Maybe I won't be able to get through or something. Give me a ring if I don't. You were trying to call me to arrange timing, but oh, that's fine. That's fine. We can do it. We don't even have to do it this weekend because I haven't posted anything. I did mention it in Cricket's chat tonight, but I don't. No one really paid attention to me. So, but yeah, I haven't posted a set time yet, Fluffer. So we'll figure that out. No pressure at all. This is a casual thing. uh, 1970s shag, orange, rust, and avocado. Yes, green fridges, and that yellow too. That and the orange rust. Yes, like very Brady Bunch colors or something. You have been here from the beginning. That's funny. Oh, okay, girls and guys. If I didn't have to go potty so bad, I would maybe stay on a few more minutes. But yeah, it has been an hour and a half. It's going to be getting light pretty soon, and I am tired of talking. I've heard myself talk enough tonight to last me all weekend. But I'll probably go on again tomorrow night. Like I said, I'm trying to get watch hours and stuff, and I'm kind of on a roll. I need to finish the video I'm making for the newer never ends that are lost as to why there's so much discord in the community, and I want to give them like a little timeline of what happened when, like I'll start from when Aaron gets fired or kicked out. I'll start there, but yeah, I need to finish that video too, but I think I'm going to take a little nap first because I'm tired too. But thank you so much for stopping in. Y'all are my friend. I'm being silly now. I am tired. Um, and I will see y'all on the flip side tomorrow somewhere in someone's chat, I am sure. Bye, y'all. I'll call you Fluffer. Y'all all have a good night. Get some rest if you need to. Have a good day if it's daylight where you are. Talk to y'all later.